In the final chapter of The United States of America, a geriatric man that wears orange makeup gave the entire country to a South African drug addict. That's what happened. So as we all know, as we've watched, Elon Musk's investment to Donald Trump seems to be a lot more than just the $280 million, because Trump has handed over the checkbook, all of the data, everything. Musk controls everything. And very few Democrats are really, really calling it out, as well as Bernie Sanders. Listen to this clip.
We are not voting on who the next Secretary of Labor is. The next Secretary of Labor, the next Secretary of Education, the next Secretary of Housing, the next Secretary of the Treasury is Elon Musk. And let us understand that reality and not play along with the charade. Does anyone here really think that any Secretary of Labor, any Secretary of Education is going to make decisions by himself or herself?
Okay. That's the truth right there. It doesn't matter. All of this stuff, all of the people that he's popping out. Kristi Noem, we all know she likes to cosplay as a plumber and electrician and do photo shoots. We all know that J.D. Vance is dying to be a drag queen. It's obvious. Every single piece of footage that we've seen since he was inaugurated, we saw Elon Musk tripping balls in the Capitol Rotunda. And ever since then, Elon Musk is running the country.
Elon Musk has never left the side of the president. You see in the photo we discussed yesterday where he's having some type of presser, Elon Musk is looking over his shoulder. In the cabinet meeting, the United States of America appears to be dozing or at least looking down and not paying attention as Elon Musk stands over the United States cabinet. Make no mistake, Bernie Sanders is right. Elon Musk is making all the decision, which terrifies me on so many levels, not the least of which is his close personal relationship with with Vladimir Putin.
Okay, and to just talk about how dangerous and corrupt this is, I want to walk you guys through a 4-part tweet that I found from Chris Rilling. Okay, here's the first one. Biden wants to hire 2,000 air traffic controllers in 2025. This headline was March 11, 2024. Okay, the next one. Trump administration begins firing of FAA staff just weeks after fatal DC plane crash. Now, I'm no aviation expert, but that to me sounds like a really bad idea. The next one. Layoffs hit FAA, including employees tasked with producing air traffic navigation maps. And then here's the last one. Here's a post that Elon Musk sent out today. There is a shortage of top-notch air traffic controllers. If you have retired but are open to returning to work, please consider doing so. No shit, Sherlock. I mean, of course.
Here's the thing. Elon Musk wanted to get rid of the people in the FAA under the Biden administration because they were doing investigations into his rocket ship crash. And he didn't like being told what to do. They were fining him. They were investigating all the things. We've had more plane crashes in recent memory than I can recall. This man doesn't give a shit about people dying. He is now saying, oh, well, we want to hire you back. It was the same with the Ebola people and the nuclear security people. How about you pay attention first before you fire vital employees to the United States government? Not to mention that I read that he wants to replace the FAA with Starlink.
That brings me to my next. This one is actually the post from Chris Rilling. The other one, the 4 parts, was from Sam Stein. So Chris Rilling says the FAA is close to canceling a $2.4 billion contract with Verizon and handing it over to Starlink. Listener, Starlink is owned by Elon Musk. The timeline is as such. Musk fires FAA employees. Musk gets an inside look at Verizon's contract. Musk gets inside look at the communication system being built by Verizon. And then finally, Musk cancels Verizon contract and gets it for himself. Talk about such a massive conflict of interest. But to one of your other points, Angie, you said, Why didn't he just think about this? I think the wrecking ball is a part of Musk's solution. There is a strong desire to dismantle and eviscerate the United States federal government. Who benefits from that the most? Vladimir Putin and the oligarchs. The days of United States being a world power are over. We are now going to join the axis of evil. And in this final chapter of this country that we were born and raised in, it will have been handed over by that man that wears the orange makeup that talks about Hannibal Lecter to an untreated South African drug addict. It's just, if this were in a movie, you would think that's so far-fetched. Right. That would never happen. And here we are.
Also in a movie, you would hope that the good guys would have a better plan than what we've got going on the Democratic side. I mean, other than Bernie Sanders, AOC, Jasmine Crockett, I just feel like it's been pretty weak in the response to this. But don't you think it's interesting? I have seen where President Trump, AKA Elon's bitch, when asked about, well, is there a conflict of interest? Carolyn Leavitt said, oh, well, Elon Musk will determine if there's a conflict of interest. Downtrodden hangdog Trump says, well, I don't know what he'd be gaining. He's granted himself contract after contract after contract. But here's the thing. Do you know why Trump isn't up in arms over it? He can't do anything about it. Elon Musk has the power, not Trump.
Trump is owned by the Russians. And I believe that Vladimir Putin assigned Elon Musk to be Trump's full-time nanny to make sure he delivered the United States of America to the Kremlin. I believe that that is exactly what happened. And Musk said, what's in it for me? And he said, you go in and you get all of the money just like I have over Russia, and you can be my counterpart in the United States. Putin made sure, because he knows he had this window, this 4-year window, and he knows that he has to do it faster than the 2026 midterms because his ass will get impeached, because I don't think we're going to make it to those elections. I just don't think these people are going to give up power. Authoritarians do not give up power. They just don't.
Well, and then that opens up the conversation of the manipulation of votes and the power that Elon Musk has, all of our private data. He has everything he would need. I mean, I don't know. That's what scares me. It keeps me up at night, really.
It's terrifying. Okay. And here we have Trump in the Oval with the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. And somebody asks him about Putin. And listen to this little clip.
Yeah, please, ma'am, go ahead.
Mr. President, what would you be willing to do if Vladimir Putin did not stick to the terms of any deal on Ukraine?
If he not what?
He did not stick to the terms of any deal on Ukraine, because he has a history of not sticking to his word when it comes to international peace.
I think he'll keep his word. I think I've spoken to him. I've known him for a long time now. You know, we had to go through the Russian hoax together. That was not a good thing. It's not fair. That was a rigged deal and had nothing to do with Russia. It was a rigged.
It had everything to do with Russia.
Everything.
Everything. And the United States government has known this for a long time and done nothing about it. And that just makes you question the entire system and the fragility of all of it. That, of course, the CIA and other, agencies, FBI, knows that he's colluding with Vladimir Putin. I mean, Hillary Clinton said it. Kamala Harris said it. The Mueller report said it. All of everybody surrounding Trump and Trump 1.0 connected to Putin. Elon Musk connected to Putin. And we let it get this far? Do you think if some Democrat were palling around with Kim Jong-un, that they wouldn't have, charged him with treason and espionage and put him in bracelets and in a cell? It's like we're playing at two different games here. Right. How is he this compromised by Russia so obviously for so long and nothing happens? How does this motherfucker get away with all of the stuff that he's getting away with? And Obama can't even wear a tan suit without Fox News having a stage 5 meltdown.
That's a great question. I don't know the answer, but when you were talking about, there are people that know more than we know sitting in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And I'll tell you who one of those people is Little Marco. And Little Marco has just gone on the world stage and capitulated to all this shit.
He's in Oklahoma City?
No. I said, we're in Oklahoma City, but Little Marco was on the Intelligence Committee. He's Secretary of State. He knows better.
Of course he knows.
But he's not doing anything about it.
Of course, I mean, of course he knows. The fix is in, you guys. This fix is in. This whole thing, and everybody's running around talking about, we're going to work with them where we can. You're working with fucking Russia when you do it. Their number one goal is to take a wrecking ball and wreck it down. Elon Musk does too much too quickly. And I'm sure Putin's like, well, hey, you can't have planes crashing. We're not finished with, completely dismantling the United States yet. I mean, I think that this fix is in, and it's so depressing. And the Democratic leadership is, I just was online and I saw Chuck Schumer doing a video, and I'm just like, buddy, this is not doing it. And I think this is a moment. This is a moment where people that really want to stand up to democracy, for democracy, stand up for it and use very crisp language about it. They do Sig Heils. This is serious. They voted with the axis of evil at a NATO vote. They voted with North Korea and Iran and other despot countries. This is insanity that you have Democrats out there saying, we're going to try to work with them where we can. They don't give a shit about Medicare. They don't give a shit about Social Security. They don't give a shit about Medicaid. They don't give a shit about any of this stuff. The fix is in, and you guys are appeasing it. Every time you work with them, it is the equivalent of World War II appeasement, in my opinion.
Well, we just saw a clip of Jasmine Crockett in the House saying, who is going to stand up and say that Russia invaded Ukraine? And not one Republican was willing to do it. Why is that not the headline on every news station? It's not,
because it's appeasement. Even the media, they don't know how to handle this. They've never known how to handle Trump. And that's one of the shortcomings of the media during this whole entire time. Is just what a horrible job they've done covering him and never called him out. Look at the hysterics the media had when Biden pardoned his son. And if he hadn't pardoned him, Hunter would be in jail right now. And can you believe the media acted like that was a huge news story? Like that was a big surprise. Like that was so crazy. And look at this shit. We got Elon Musk doing Sig Heils, and at CPAC, Steve Bannon's doing it. Trump is basically, they're giving him little pet projects while Elon Musk dismantles the United States of America. But oh my God, Joe Biden pardoned his son and protected him from Nazis. Let's have chyrons going on, breaking news 24/7, 365. It's unbelievable.
It's shocking.
We're playing two different games here, people. Two different games.
I agree.
All right. We'll see you all later.